Alright guys, so in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys a comp that has been shared by NDRunner, and I'll leave the link to the video down in the description below, but it is going to be a quote-unquote Linzer One Shot comp. Of course, the word one shot, previously meant like literally destroying the enemy in one single hit, but nowadays it's a little bit of a, variation of a comp that is going to use no Jelly Watch most of the time, and will deal a lot of damage in a short amount of time and kind of move the favor of the battle to your side early on inside of the battle. And it is a variation of the Rebel one-shot comp or Rebel, burst comp that was shared quite a while ago once Rebel came out, but now it's going to be a variation that is going to be using Linzer instead that was shared by members of the Special Guild as well. And before I share the topics with you guys, I do want to let you guys know that there are certain comps that you want to use this team against, and you should also stay away from if possible. So let me share you guys all those things after I share the toppings and the biscuits as well. So first of all, topping for burnt cheese. All right, you need to have full swift chocolate in order to have a 2-second start, and as well as focusing on damage resist. And one important thing, they do recommend at least 7% on the attack speed in order to quickly use that skill of stunning with burnt cheese, and then also putting that keeper of the gate buff onto your cookie as well. So that is going to be very, very important. 2-second start is automatic as long as you have a full on swift chocolate, so no extra cooldown is honestly necessary at this point. And the next one is going to be our golden cheese. Golden cheese is going to be using 5 of this Syrian raspberry here, focusing on the attack, crit, damage resist, and extra cooldown as well. They do recommend 9% plus, so if you can get it with the toppings, that's amazing. If you can get extra with biscuit, that is also really, really good. And the next one is going to be our Frost Queen. Frost Queen also focusing on the attack, crit, damage resist, and then extra cooldown is going to also be very, very helpful. And then next one is going to be Linzer. So Linzer is going to be using 5 of the solid almond, focusing on damage resist as well as attack speed. Attack speed is set to be at least 10% in order to use Linzer's skill with the maximum amount of stacks once she does use her initial skill. All right. And the next one is going to be our Snapdragon with 5 of the Swift Chocolate, attack, crit, as well as cooldown and extra attack speed if you guys can. That also is very, very helpful. All right, and then of course, we have the biscuits as well. Our burnt cheese is using this one here, extra crit resist, crit, and attack speed, and then level 16 right now. And then our golden cheese is using this right here with level 20 of the legendary, cooldown, damage resist, bypass, as well as attack speed. We have our Frost Queen with level 20 with the damage resist, cooldown, bypass, and bypass. And then we have the level 23 Crystal Gem. We have Linzer here with this one, attack speed, cooldown, as well as damage resist and damage resist bypass. I would say the important one is going to be like, extra damage resist is definitely very, very helpful. Attack speed helps out as well. Cooldown is also really, really good. Or any like defense HP also does help Linzer survive. Okay. And the next one is going to be our Snapdragon with level 1 here. With crit and crit resist. You don't need the crit resist. Crit, attack speed, attack all help out, and the cooldown as well. All right, and then the treasures are going to be right over here. Scroll as well as the whistle and the paper charm. The paper charm is very, very useful in getting rid of that buff and allowing your cookies to do the damage as well. And the reason why Linzer is being used and was used for raid and such is because of the fact that Linzer is able to give crit percentage to all your cookies and max that extra crit damage. And then the suspect debuff is actually really, really helpful in allowing you to deal extra damage. So 10% all type of damage for 15 seconds. And it was going to be extra 10% per the deduction stack. And the maximum is 7, which means that it's all the way up to 80% if you guys have maximum stack. And then minus 5% of an enemy attack plus 2% per extra deduction. And then additional to that, we do have some defense as well, defense reduction. And the suspect debuff also does go through any of the debuff immunity. So that is actually another reason why Linzer is actually really, really good. So with that out of the way, let's go and see the team in action and the teams that you should be versing and the teams I personally would recommend you stay away from after doing a lot of different battles for over a couple hours in the live stream and such as well. All right, guys. So first team we're going to be versing is this right over here with a single tank comp. Most of the 2-2-1s as well as 1-2-2 you can verse. The only thing that I would say to try stay away from for the 1-2-2 comps are going to be one with Golden Cheese if possible, and then also any of the 2-2-1 with Icicle Yeti. Personally, for me, I just really have low win rate against that. Of course, if you have Crystal Gem at level 30, that's a little bit different because you have extra damages as bypass from the Frost Queen, but I don't have that, so I'm going to be going with this, and here we go. All right, guys, so most of the times when they do have Frost Queen shown, it's going to be White Lily, and when that happens, most of the time you're going to be able to go and get rid of the Frost Queen really, really quickly. All right, and then right here, you're going to be able to see that Linzer does have maximum stack, which means that we're going to be able to have the maximum suspect debuff on the enemies. Our Golden Cheese is going to revive after that 1 minute mark. Frost Queen also is able to go and freeze the enemies, and boom, there you guys go. So in the beginning, very, very quick, getting rid of that Frost Queen. And then we also do have, White Lily left, but that's going to be pretty easy to get rid of after with our Golden Cheese and Frost Queen still alive. All right, so getting rid of her super, super quick, and then allowing our cookies to go and finish it off. Another good thing about having Golden Cheese in here instead of White Lily is because Golden Cheese is able to revive, and at the revive moment, all right, or the moment that she dies, she's able to trigger the whistle buff and then heal our cookies as well, and then she's able to come back alive, deal the extra damage when necessary as well. All right, so there you guys go. All right, here's another one, guys. This one's gonna be a 2-2-1. Try this one out. They don't have a feather either, so let's go. All right, there you guys go. So no Icicle Yeti here. We have Frost Queen, we have Linzer, as well as our cookies just using skill. You see their entire back lane, as well as, or not entire back lane, I guess, because Golden Cheese is still alive. But Financier as well as White Lily were able to quickly be killed. And then our Golden Cheese dies right there. Pops that sarcophagus, allows our cookies to, take less damage. And boom, there you guys go. So if you don't have Icicle Yeti, it's usually going to be a really, really good one because of the fact that Icicle Yeti does decrease the damage from Frost Queen as well as Golden Cheese. And if you don't have that bypass, it kind of does hurt and it will get you killed. They don't have a whistle to revive and, trigger the skill as well. So there you guys go. So here's another one. It seems like it's going to be a 2-2-1. So it is not going to be Icicle Yeti again, which is good for us. We're going to be able to go and use Linzer's skill right there. We got and popped the immortality on the fettuccine, it seems like. All right, our Golden Cheese did pop the sarcophagus a little early, but not a problem right there. All right, it's just going to be left with the Burnt Cheese and Frost Queen versus Frost Queen, but there you guys go. So popping that sarcophagus really, really early for the enemy Golden Cheese allowed us to win. And yeah, there you go. 13 million damage coming out from our Frost Queen. All right, guys, so here we go. This time, it seems like a Golden Cheese comp. It may be a triple DPS, or it could be a Golden Cheese Frost Queen and Parfait, but most of the time, I try to stay away from Golden Cheese, so let's see how it goes. All right, so this time around, it is going to be the triple DPS, and personally, I gotta say, I have a really, really, really low win rate against a triple DPS. Because of the fact that, the White Lily and Golden Cheese, they tend to not die really, really quickly because the third DPS usually is the one to kind of prevent us from actually killing off these two, which are going to be the ones to do the insane amount of damage. So you guys can see right there, because Golden Cheese and White Lily didn't die, we're just going to die off in that 1 minute mark, all right, because we don't have a Jelly Watch, right, to spam the skill as often as they can. So right here, you were able to see that Golden Cheese jump up into the air. That meant that, I think right here, Black Pearl was the next highest attacking cookie. So Golden Cheese, instead of hitting that White Lily, is going to hit that Black Pearl, preventing us from actually killing off White Lily, who is the main problem in the enemy team with the entangle and the extra damage and all the Lily restoration. So in my personal opinion, I try to stay away from triple DPSs as well as any of the teams with Golden Cheese, because whenever there's Golden Cheese, it means that usually you're not going to be able to kill the cookie that you need to kill in most cases. But there you guys go. Quick comp right here for Linzer. It is going to be a comp that works out against certain comps, but definitely going to lose against others as well. So I do recommend to stay away from certain ones Like again, the triple DPS if your cookies are not just strong enough. The Icicle Yeti, just because of the fact that when you use Frost Queen against Icicle Yeti, you do less damage. And if you don't have that damage resist bypass, it is pretty hard for you to actually go and, kill off the cookies in time. And then the other comp that you might want to try to stay away from is going to be the Creme Brulee. It's not going to be 100% loss or anything like that, but there are going to be times when the enemy Creme Brulee just survives with like full solid armor or something, and you're just going to lose out in the long battle because, Creme Brulee, 1 minute mark, it just destroys your entire cookies, all right? So there are certain comps that, just it doesn't work against, but it is going to be a comp that you might want to try out if you want to use Linzer, all right? And Linzer is just kind of getting a spotlight after being useful inside of different comps like in the World Exploration against bosses, Cookie Alliance, as well as now the Raid. So people are trying to figure out if Linzer can be used inside of the arena, and there you go, a comp that came out from the Special Guild and shared by NDRunner on YouTube as well. Well, anyways, guys, thanks for watching. If you guys have any questions, let me know down in the comments below. Let me know if you guys are going to be trying this comp out or not. And yeah, I'll see you guys all on the next one.